Hey bitches, welcome back to my channel. I am not even gonna lie to you right now. I am higher than Giraffe. So we decided that we were going to sit down and discuss some things that we have seen on social media and just on the internet like for the past 24 hours because there is some more TikTok drama. You know,
messy.
First of all, love my life right here.
Oh.
Love him so much, but you guys already knew that. So I didn't repeat it again. But there is some drama over on TikTok and this is about Audrey Peters. Do you know who Audrey Peters is?
I didn't know until this.
Look, I have seen her around TikTok, but never really paid attention to any of her videos. I would just like scroll past them. That's not shade at all. It just like wasn't my cup of tea. Until the other day I saw a TikTok that she did where she went and she got this Chanel bag from like a hotel store.
The ugliest bag I have ever seen in my entire life. I think the bag is cute.
It apparently was like carried by Doja Cat, or Doja Cat like carried one similar and she wanted to get it. It went viral.
It's ugly.
I swear to God, Chanel's business model is to mind their customers. That's all it is. They are just out there trying to mind their customer. Have you ever seen such a beautiful bag in your life? Because I haven't. I was out having drinks at this new hotel in Tribeca with my girlfriends, and I come out of the elevator and I see this bag in a case. Before you bitches even try and ask me what hotel it is, I'm not telling you because you're greedy and you're gonna maybe go get the bag before I decide if I want it. So I'm not gonna tell you, but I think my heart literally stopped when I saw this bag in the case. And I know exactly what collection it's from. It's from the 2004 Valentine's Day limited edition collection. However, I've never seen it with the crystals on it like that. I've always wanted a bag from this collection, but they tend to never be in very good condition resale. You know me, I'm always online hunting, and they always look something like this, so I've never pulled the trigger on it. Did ask the front desk if the bag is for sale. They said it is for sale, and it is made of Swarovski crystals. Stopped myself there. I didn't ask the price because a bag from Chanel that has Swarovski crystals on it is upwards of like $15,000 usually. I can't stop thinking about her. Do I go back and ask how much it is? Maybe I get lucky. I have just literally never seen this bag ever in existence, and I'm a Chanel encyclopedia. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have found my new hunt.
You know, back in the day, like when I first got introduced into like the designer things, I didn't know what Chanel, well, I knew what Chanel was, but I didn't know what Louis Vuitton was. I didn't know what
Did you call it Channel?
No.
Versace?
No, I didn't know what any of that was until like maybe like high school. And then I didn't really see any of it in person until I was an adult.
I was the same way actually. Like I didn't get into like fashion like that or just any kind of designer good
until you were a
I was in New
supermodel.
York. Yeah, but I really never paid attention to it. I wasn't someone that like looked at the magazines and it was like, oh wow.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. But what I was gonna say is I always
He's
thought...
like, I don't give a
Anyway, what I was gonna say was I used to think that Chanel was the cheaper, like, I thought Chanel was like at the very bottom, like right above Coach. Little did I know, when I went to a Chanel store, I was quickly humbled one day. Their bags are expensive.
Yeah. They're very expensive. And I think that the Chanel boy bag, the price of it goes up every single year.
It's ridiculous. But I will say, those Chanel bags that they make are really cute. Like the ones that look like bubblegum packs and like blueberries and different stuff like that. It's really neat. I didn't even know that Chanel did that.
Well, I think that back in the day, like Louis Vuitton was like a much like bigger deal in the sense of if you had it, it was kind of like a status type of thing.
I did not know that the Louis Vuitton trunks were a thing. And apparently like Louis Vuitton's been around for a long time.
Very, 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 very long time.
I didn't even know, so yeah.
But the drama is not about this bag. That's just how I discovered her on TikTok, and I actually did follow her after that because I wanted to get the updates on it. And it took a little bit too long to get the update on that bag after she bought it and like styled it and all that kind of stuff. So shame on you, Audrey Peters, for the delay in the content there. So what the drama is, do you remember when we talked about Alex Earl and the Tarte chip? It was a Meredith Duxbury video and people were speculating if Meredith Duxbury was the one that was unfollowing people and just having the mean girl energy. Well, the girl that we put in that video with the TikTok that originally called out like Alex Earl and Meredith Duxbury, she made a video about Audrey Peters because Audrey Peters made like a TikTok, get ready with me in the morning.
I swear to God, being delusional the way that I am is the greatest gift God could have given me. And I don't mean like, oh, lucky girl syndrome delusional. No, I mean like a whole new genre. I am president and CEO of being delusional. People are always like, oh my God, Audrey, how are you so confident? Like it's inspiring, which is an insult in itself because like, why shouldn't I be confident? But I digress. It is because I am so delusional. Like I am very well aware that I am a mediocre at best looking influencer. I am amongst the most beautiful people in the world in my career. I could care less. I'm like, they're blessed to have me here. That's the level of delusion I'm talking. Like I could be next to Emily Ratajkowski and I'd be like, oh my God, like we're one and the same. Okay, maybe not Emily Ratajkowski, but I will say my friends will literally say all the time, if something bad was happening to Audrey, she wouldn't even know that it was happening because she's so delusional that she'd spin it to be positive and it would never affect her. And all I have to say is that this method of life has never failed me, and ignorance is bliss, baby.
So Audrey Peters made this get ready with me in the morning, and she was talking about how she is like very blessed to do what she does because people make fun of her looks all the time over on Reddit. She says that she has one of the nastiest Reddits out there and people are so mean to her, but we looked her up on Reddit and maybe we just don't know how to use it that well.
When I looked at her Reddit, they are not that active over there. Like the last post that I saw on the Snark page was like 74 days ago. I don't want to discount the content that's in there because those people may be mean to her because Reddit can get nasty.
No, we know how the people over at Reddit are. We know Trishy Land. Well, she did say that she doesn't like check Reddit all the time. Like sometimes she'll just
she
go
don't
over
have
there.
to. They don't post much.
Well, in one of these TikToks, she actually said that the reason that she checks Reddit and what people are saying about her is because a lot of the times they're mean. They're just calling her uglier than shit. But she likes to take the stop it. That's what she said. But she said that she likes to take the constructive criticism and apply it to her life because she's an influencer at the end of the day, and an influencer's job is to like appease the masses and like make everyone happy, that kind of thing. Well, this girl made this TikTok response to this and said, really? Like you're telling everyone out here that you don't care what people say about you, you don't care about like the way you look and that kind of thing, and you're so confident. Well, here you are at this event for a lot of influencers and you clearly face-tuned and like photoshopped the out of this photo.
Delusional. Like, I am very well aware that I am a mediocre at best looking influencer. I am amongst the most beautiful people in the world in my career. I could care less. I'm like,
now, I don't know if y'all get on Reddit, but the users on one community are freaking ruthless to this girl. Like, they will say some of the meanest things. But then other side of the coin, she's not helping herself by contradicting her actions with her words. So she said she doesn't care about her appearance when she's around these other influencers, and she's overly confident to the point where she's delusional. In my opinion, if you were overly confident and okay with how you looked, and you wanted to come off to your audience as relatable, you wouldn't Photoshop your photos of yourself that you post on Instagram to meet the beauty standards and trends of right now. I mean, you completely changed how your jaw looks and the shadow it creates, and that's okay. Just don't try to be relatable.
I get both sides of it, okay? Listen, so I get not wanting to give a but if you're gonna say you don't give a don't give a girl, nobody's gonna like shame you. Well, I guess they will because the internet's gonna do what it's doing, but anybody with common sense isn't gonna shame you for editing a few pictures. Like, nobody gives a shit. I changed my profile picture on Twitter today, and guess what? That picture's edited to hell. You know what? I don't care. If I go missing, y'all need to take a video and put my face on the milk carton so you'll be able to find me. Don't be going over to my Instagram finding pictures. Don't go to my Twitter to find pictures because that's not me.
We'll put your milk carton next to Mikayla's.
Yeah, you'll have to. Like, don't use her videos though, girl. You're gonna have to get her on one of them podcasts or that video where they were putting her makeup on for Fenty.
I'll have to run her through Rimini. So the person that made the TikTok goes on to show like the unedited photo and then the edited version. And in my opinion, she said that she was out here setting all these unrealistic beauty standards for like all of her followers. I did not take that away from this photo at all. I just saw that she changed the shadow and maybe her jawline a little bit and possibly just got rid of a little bit in the midsection, but nothing overly crazy like these influencers that you see on Instagram.
If we're gonna drag anybody for the Photoshop, we need to drag Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, Kourtney Kardashian, all of the Kardashians. Their hands look like E.T.'s finger.
Do you know that they actually pay people to do that? But I don't know if the Kardashians tell them to kind of like mess something up in a photo so people start talking about it, because it does get a lot of clicks when they put out a photo, because you can look at it and like a wall will be all wavy, someone's fingers go in this complete opposite direction. It's bad. So do you think that's like a thing that they do on purpose, or do they just don't look at it?
Talking. The Kardashians do not care what you're saying about them as long as you're talking about them. But back to this girl, she shouldn't give a fuck what anybody thinks about her anyway, because we all put our clothes on the same way. We all bleed the same color blood. Like, nobody is better than anyone else. I don't give a shit who you are, if you're the CEO or if you're the custodian. Nobody's better than anybody else. Like, I feel like people need to stop with these unrealistic expectations. Everybody takes a shit every morning when they wake up, unless you're constipated.
I don't know, sometimes I have to like get my day going. So Audrey of course saw this video that was made about her and it was calling her out, and she decided that she was gonna make 2 separate TikToks where she responded to this girl and just people online that leave her like negative stuff in general and talk about like her looks and that kind of thing. But she does claim that she wasn't bothered, but she clearly filmed this in 2 separate times a day because the outfit is like completely
I will say, I watched the TikToks and she did eat. She ate them up.
Oh, she got them
made
together.
Amazing points. I thought it was hilarious.
No, because I have absolutely had it with the internet. I would say excuse my appearance, but everyone rips me apart for my appearance no matter what I look like. So I wake up to some girl calling me out in a video for a Photoshop fail, comparing the original photo to the photo I edited, saying I slimmed myself down and I altered my jaw. And here's the thing, is anyone really surprised that I Photoshop the way my jaw looks like when every single day on Reddit, I am called Jay Leno, Quagmire, Lord Farquaad, Prince Charming, the list goes on. Mind you, this girl literally admits in her video, oh, the internet really attacks her like I've never seen anyone else on Reddit. And then proceeds to talk about how the Photoshop. Mind you, I have always said I like Facetune. I definitely edited that photo more than I have other photos. However, 2 agenda items. 1, to the girl who made that video, know that you are literally building a platform and gaining views by tearing others down. That's what you're doing. Call it a critique. I don't care what you want to call it. That's what you're doing. And 2, the elephant in the room, the thing I have never addressed because I never wanted to address it. I always said I would never talk about Reddit on any of my platforms. I do not want to give them the showtime that they do not deserve, but you hurt my feelings. Is that what you wanted? You hurt my feelings. So here I am. In 100% honesty, I do not read Reddit that often. That being said, controversial opinion, I do check it from time to time and catch up on everything that is said about me because an influencer's job is to appeal to the masses. And a lot of the times when they're not just ranting about how atrociously hideous I am, they actually give good constructive criticism that I use. 99% of the time though, they are just talking about how unbearably ugly I am and how they cannot look at me. And it's not just me, a lot of other influencers get absolutely wrecked on there too, but when it comes to appearances, I'm definitely attacked by and far the most. If you want to go off about how much you hate our content, how much you hate our personalities, our characteristics, by all means, it's not my cup of tea to snark, but if that's what you want to do it. But for the love of God, we are people. We are people. It's so easy to tear me down, huh? Probably because you're so gorgeous, right? So why are you anonymous? Why don't you have a photo for your little icon? I'm just curious. I'd love to see a picture of you. I would. And one last circle back to the girl that made that video about my Photoshop fail. You're like, how delusional can she be? And how confident can she be if she's Photoshopping? No. Rest assured, I wouldn't be able to do this if I was not delusional. Trust me. Enough is enough. Just leave me alone, please. You picked the wrong day. You picked the wrong day. Before I get started, please do not send her hate, but buckle up your seatbelts. This girl is upset because she says I'm contradicting myself. She claims that my words don't match my actions. I'm contradicting myself by saying that I'm confident, yet I Facetune or get plastic surgery. She's upset that I'm painting her to be as bad as the Reddit when in fact she's worse. At least they're not out here making videos. Anyways, where you have it wrong is that you clearly do not know me or my content, so you are speaking on things that you do not know about. If you knew me, you know that I am so open about how much I approve of Facetune. I have documented and discussed deeply every plastic surgery I've ever had, which is not very many, any procedure I've ever had done, and that is what takes confidence. I don't lie, I don't gatekeep about any of it. But yet, people aren't allowed to be human and be confident, but also maybe not like a photo of themselves or a feature about themselves, which is more than literally any other influencer or celebrity has ever done, by the way. Give me a break. I am not contradicting myself, but clearly people are desperate for views.
So Audrey made a response video and said some things that weren't true about my video, so let's hear them and then let's go look at my video.
Mind you, this girl literally admits in her video, oh, the internet really attacks her like I've never seen anyone else on Reddit, and then proceeds to talk about how the Photoshop. Mind you, I've always said I like Facetune.
Now let's take a look at what I really said.
Get on Reddit, but the users on one community are freaking ruthless to this girl. Like, they will say some of the meanest things. But then other side of the coin, she's not helping herself by contradicting her actions with her work.
So the big bad thing that I did was call her out that her actions didn't match her words. That's what she has a problem with. That's why she thinks I'm mean. I viewed the situation from 2 different perspectives and she has a problem with that. And she's like, I check Reddit because it's an influencer's job to know what the masses think of them. Yet you have a problem when someone calls you on your ish. The funniest thing is she gets on here and starts saying that people call her Lord Farquaad and Prince Charming and all that, and then goes into talking about me like I am doing this to her, and that is not it. She also says that I was talking about her Photoshop fail. If you go back and look at my video, my analysis of the video was her words didn't match her actions. I don't give a crap if you Photoshop your photos. I just care if you say you don't care about your appearance and then you do so. Those two directly oppose each other in thought processes. Like, you're sitting there saying, if I'm right next to Emma Ratajkowski, I don't care what I look like, yet you're photoshopping your photos and giving your viewers unrealistic beauty expectations. And she tries to make me out to be as bad as, like, the Reddit snark groups. But all I did was call her out on a thought process that didn't make sense to me. And she says that she's an influencer and it's your job to appeal to the masses. But when someone in the masses calls you out and has a question, she accepts no responsibility for her words not matching her actions and blames it on you for noticing. Bless your heart. I might have picked the wrong day, but you picked the wrong one. So just so we get this straight, the Reddit people are bad because they don't have pictures and they're anonymous, but I'm worse because I do have a picture and I can say this with my face attached to it. I'm just gonna be honest, like, you're talking very erratic and it seems very manic, like you're like, oh, I gotta do something. And it's just like, stop, take in what I said, reflect on it, and come back, because you're taking all of your anger about Reddit and putting it onto me because I said, in my opinion, you contradict your actions with your words. Now you're like, I'm always so open about plastic surgery. I don't care. You make a get ready with me video saying how you don't care what you look like, and then I go on the Reddit being proud and happy because someone that looks like me is up there with those influencers going to fashion shows and being a boss. And I find out you edit your photos and you just kind of don't talk about it. And it sits wrong with me, so I'm the jerk for pointing it out. You got it wrong. I know a lot about your content. I used to follow you. I just realized when your theology didn't match your actions, I could no longer be a follower. I'm also a big believer in the fact that Facetune and photoshopping your pictures for Instagram sets unrealistic body goals for the people like and the girls coming up. I used to hate the way I looked because people would Photoshop their photos on Instagram. Photoshop is part of the problem why people have body dysmorphia, in my honest opinion. It creates tons of mental health issues. But like, if you want to do it, no one can stop you. But you can't say you don't care how you look and then Photoshop your photos and then get mad when someone points that out and try to make them out to be bad for noticing it. If I notice someone that I used to watch support and do things that I think will negatively affect society, I'm going to say something. And never did I say anything. I never said the words Photoshop fail. I just said, in my opinion, as a person who used to watch her actions no longer match her words because, as she said, as being an influencer, it's your job to appeal to the masses and to take criticism from the masses. Yet when someone puts their face behind it and says it with their chest, you can't handle it.
But to be completely honest, I am on team Audrey's side on this because I'm not looking at the photo that she like switched a few things up and thinking that's so unrealistic. Like, oh my God. Now, if you went over to Instagram and you just scrolled like the FYP page and you looked at all of those makeup looks, people's faces are blurred, like they're blending in with the wall and shit. That's an unrealistic beauty standard to me. I don't know. You guys will have to let us know down in the comment section how you feel about this because I'm team Audrey. Moving on from that, Jaclyn Schill is up to it once again.
Jaclyn Rhodium heel strikes again.
Yes, she has clearly been like hearing what people are saying because, you know, so many people have been asking. And finally, she has posted on Cozy. Now, it has been a hot minute. She posted over on her Cozy that what everyone has been asking for is finally here. And the world is better for it, you guys. She is restocking
her overpriced picked over blanket.
Yes, the Cozy brand is coming back.
You know what's crazy? If you use TikTok, and you guys, we talk about TikTok a lot over here.
I love TikTok.
If you use TikTok, I have been getting Cozy Earth ads.
Okay, so look how freaking cute these are. My first impression of them is, first off, how buttery soft they are. And they have like a cool feel to them. Here they are on, and I am obsessed. These are it. I will be living in these. They are my new favorite pajamas.
I was like kind of shocked that Cozy Earth has been around for a long time apparently, and they've been in the game for like 7 years.
Yeah.
I wonder if they know about Cozy from Jaclyn because her stuff is damn near the same thing as theirs, except hers is tinsel and theirs is bamboo.
Is her tinsel? Like, what's the percentage?
I don't know.
Should we look that up? Let's look up what Jaclyn. What's this brand called? Cozy? It's Be Cozy, right?
Thievery.
Be Cozy.
No, Jaclyn's.
Oh, you have to go to iMinute, which she claims that she like always said in like all of her videos. Like where? You could pick more times that she said Morphe than iMinute.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Morphe, because Morphe, the new one by Morphe, is a Morphe brush, Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, Morphe.
Morphe. Oh my God, it's Morphe. By Morphe again. Morphe.
Brush by Morphe.
Okay, so the cozy stuff is 92% Tencel, modal, and 8% spandex. Now, I personally love Tencel. I think it is like the most comfortable thing out there. Like, we have Tencel sheets on our bed that we got from West Elm. So you would think that Jaclyn fans would be excited because Be Cozy has not posted anything for a hot minute. But a lot of the comments that were underneath this post announcing this restock were all negative, telling her that she is not addressing anything. Why are you not speaking about how you stole that girl's brand? Why are you stealing things from smaller influencers? Are you ever going to address Kaylin and the Cozy situation? So do you think that Jaclyn is ever going to be able to go forward with Cozy without people addressing this?
Out of that list that you just gave, I want to give all the answers. No, and no.
Yeah.
I don't think Jaclyn's ever going to address anything because she feels like she's above everyone.
Yeah.
Jaclyn Hill is an elitist because everything that Jaclyn Hill does is her showing off how much money she has. 1,000,000%. Like over on, was it Instagram? She was posting, everybody was asking her where she got this cup, and it was a f***ing Stanley cup. I'll tell you what she did do. She did put a link to Amazon.
I heard that it was to a more expensive version of the cup that she actually had.
Oh.
Then people were like getting pissed off about that because it's like, that's not the exact cup, bitch.
She does that a lot. She did that with like a scarf. She had like on an $1,100 scarf, and then she put like an Abercrombie and Fitch link to one that's supposed to be similar to it for like obviously less.
My favorite was when she posted that so many people were asking her like where, I think it was like a vase, it might have been like a candle holder type of thing. But she's like, and I don't want people coming for me because I'm trying to brag about how much money I have. It was fucking Baccarat. Oh, it was like wine, like champagne flutes or
if
something.
you know anything about Baccarat, I was humbled by that as well. When we, little story, when we bought our car last year, the lady that was helping us, she smelled amazing. I was like, oh my God, what are you wearing? You smell like heavenly. Baccarat, what, $5.40? Let me know down below if you know, but that is the best smelling stuff. Really, I was gonna go buy some of it, and then I saw the price tag. Ridiculous. It was like $340 for a bottle of it.
Well, I had 2 of those Baccarat little butterflies that I got to go around my mom's urn, and when the house caught on fire and burned down, they got literally blown off of the shelf that they were on. So I don't know where they were in the rubble, so they're still
they would have been burned up, but like
in the house somewhere.
But back to Jaclyn Shill. Hell, I guess she has to work double overtime for that because Morphe hadn't paid her. Don't they owe her like $1 million?
I think that a lot of beauty influencers are, and I've noticed this from like talking about Nikki tutorials, they're saying that they're like focusing more time on TikTok. And I think that is the case for James because, you know, he started that J. Charles makeup. His brand's coming out sometime like later this year. So there's a little bit of tea about James because there is someone over on TikTok that used to be like a manager over at Ulta, and she's telling her like worst stories that happened like when she worked there. One of them was about the James Charles palette launch.
The James Charles palette was one of the worst launches I have ever experienced in my entire life. I cannot begin to express to you how awful the entire situation and experience was. But this was probably like the second or third restock, and it was right before Christmas, okay? That's very, very important. I go in to open the store at 7 a.m. I've got a line of like 50 people outside, and they're all waiting to get in to buy the James Charles palette. And I, go about my opening. People start to come in. I'm handing out the pallets, really trying to control and limit the quantity because there was a quantity limit. And about 45 minutes later, this woman comes in and she's like, I know the answer is no, but do you have any in back? And I was like, I don't, but I can check another location. So as I'm like typing it in to the Mia, the scanner thing, and I see that I actually have one in inventory. And so I'm like, I'm going to go check, but I really think this is incorrect. So, just give me a few minutes. I'm going to look through my shipment. And I go back there and I'm finding it because an employee had hidden it to buy themselves. And we were not allowed to do that with this one. So I bring it out. And at the same time, as I'm like about to walk out the door, I'm like, ooh, it's Christmas. I could use these glass jars that are sitting here on the shelf. Sorry, my cats decided to start a fight. Anyway, like I can use these to like fill something on an end cap. And I grab the James Charles palette. And I end up walking out, and she is like standing like right there, and there's a wet spot on the floor for some reason, and I slip because I'm wearing heels, and the James Charles palette falls, the glass cups fall, they break. I land elbow first into the freaking palette, the cardboard bust, like the cardboard package bust, and I hear it crack, and I'm like, oh my God, I just broke this freaking palette, literally the last palette probably Ulta has in general. And so I'm like freaking out, but at the same time, when I fell, my hand went into the glass, and so there's glass shards in my hand. My hand's bleeding, and like searing pain is coming from it, and I'm like freaking out crying because it hurts. I just destroyed this palette. this woman is like, oh my God, are you okay? Like, are you all right? What can I do for you? And I'm like, it's fine. You know, I apologize about the palette. I tell her that if it's fixable or if it's not that bad, I will give her 20% off because, you know, I messed it up. And so I like hand it to her. She's like, oh, I'll take it from you. That way you can get up. And so I hand it to her. She opens it and it's just, I mean, it's broken beyond repair. And I'm like, fuck. And so she decides, I'm going to throw it at this girl's head. And so it hit me right there. Bonked me right in the middle of the head. I had a red mark on my face the entire day. And she told me I ruined Christmas. So James Charles and Morphe, I hate you, but for multiple reasons, but also for this experience in particular, ruined my day.
So obviously that was around a time where everyone would line up outside of stores. You guys all remember when the Conspiracy collection came out and like the Morphe lines were insane. Yeah, but James Charles pulled that as well. Like James Charles, like he will go to a Morphe opening and the mall would be packed. Like I don't know. The poor other stores in the mall that day, like having to like go through all those people just to get around. I'm surprised that was allowed.
I hate going to the mall anyway.
Especially these days.
Yeah.
So obviously the Ulta sold out and a lady came up to the manager and was like, do you have any in the back? I know you're probably gonna say no, you're probably not supposed to do this, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, let me look in the system. It's showing that I have one in the back. Let me go and look. It's probably not there. It's probably just saying it, but I'm gonna go look anyways. She goes to the back. She finds this palette that was hidden because one of the employees wanted to buy it for themselves. But for this specific launch, that was not allowed for some reason. So she then says that she exits the back of the store with like the palette in her hand, but she stopped to pick up these like glass globes because she was going to take them to like a shelf. She slipped on her way out of that back room and fell right on top of that palette with her elbow, but her hand also went into the glass. And so she told this lady, she's like, oh my God, I probably fucked up this palette. But she's like, if it's not broken that much and you can fix it and it's salvageable, then I'll give you 20% off of it. But it was completely like destroyed. Like she handed it over to the lady that wanted to buy it. It was completely destroyed. And she said that lady looked at her and took that palette and threw it right at her head and it hit her right in between her eyebrows. And I'm just thinking prison.
Oh yeah, prison.
I'm just thinking I'd go to jail.
If that's not insult to injury, that is literally insult to injury.
No, she was really injured too. Like her hand was bleeding from falling in the glass. No. And she fell like right on her knee and her elbow. That had to hurt going down on that Ulta floor. That's a hard floor.
Yeah.
But what would you do?
Oh, you already know. There'd have been some tussling going on up in there if I'd have been her.
Like imagine being that pressed over at James Charles.
I would have moved them damn fixtures in that store. I would have dragged a motherfucker through that store.
I just thought that was like so crazy that people act that way over makeup. But then I really started like thinking about like, when are some like other videos that I've seen of people freaking out in stores like that about things? The Black Friday sales. Do you remember back in the day, people would get like stomped over, people would fight in the stores. They don't do that shit no more.
I was literally in a Walmart, and you know how Walmart used to be back in the Black Friday days when everybody would do that and they were lining up for TVs. I saw somebody, like, you know how Walmart will have their employees carry around the knives? I saw somebody reach across, grab someone's knife and cut them in the face to get a TV. It's pointless. You're gonna go to jail and you're not gonna get your TV.
Yeah, that was definitely never my thing to go out shopping on Black Friday at all.
I used to do it, but like it wasn't fun to me because it's always cold. I always end up buying more shit than I need. I have a car full of shit I have to get home and unload. Like, no, I would rather just order my shit on my computer, have it delivered home. If it's not on Cyber Monday, I don't need it.
Well, now it's like the whole month of November. Yeah. It starts like in October. It's not even.
Well, I have to, girl, because inflation's so bad, people have to save up to buy the shit, so it might take them a while.
Yeah, the sales like last year were complete and utter like dog shit.
Yeah, those sales haven't been it for a long time. I liked when you could get a TV for like $1.50.
My mom really liked to go like Black Friday shopping, but it was for one thing specifically, and she would get up at the ass crack of dawn like 5:30.
Was it a Pepperidge Farm?
I think it was like 4:30 in the morning that she would get up. Actually, no. She would go to Lowe's.
Poinsettias.
Dollar, or no, they were like 50 cents. It was like a 50 cent or a dollar poinsettia, and she would come home and just put them like all around the front door. Like, girl, I'll pay full price.
But you know what?
I'm not getting up at that hour.
That did turn into a thing because you know what Nick does now every year?
I get the poinsettias.
He gets poinsettias.
But I've always loved poinsettias.
They so are pretty.
And moving on from Jaclyn, we once again have to talk about Mikayla, because Mikayla is addressing one of her biggest lies, according to other people, because people really do think that she is lying about this and has been since the beginning beginning of her career on social media, but she is addressing her voice. She's addressing her accent.
I just don't, like, yes, at the end of the day, if she's lying about it, that could be bad. But who honestly cares? Like, why do you care if she's faking an accent? It's not that important.
Well, some people go really hard about this accent thing, but what I will say is all these people that come forward about Mikayla that live in her hometown or they grew up where like she grew up, very, very different than what is coming out of her mouth. I don't know, but she does get a lot of hate for her voice and the accent that she puts on. People think that she's doing it on purpose.
I feel like she
stand
amps
out.
it up for sure.
Oh, for the Kim Kardashian. Like,
Kardashian.
Oh my God, she does it so loud. But I saw a TikTok from her today. She was talking about the new Patrick Star product from One Size Beauty.
Whoa. That's even prettier than I expected. The camera is not even doing it justice how beautiful this is. It's the Attention Seeker Blush Trio from One Size. It sold out like immediately. I'm so happy I got to buy one. But I'm gonna start with the cream. You have a cream, powder, and a shimmer. I gotta clip my hair back for this. From experience, I know that these are very pigmented. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so beautiful. I can't. This is so fucking pretty. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, let's add the powder and the shimmer. Here's the matte powder. A little to set. And let's add some shimmer. You can just take it and add it to the high points. Patrick, you've outdone yourself. Wow.
It was the most normal video that I have ever seen from Mikayla. But I watched it and I was like, I could get why people would like her in this moment. And there was none of that loud bullshit. There was none of that amping it up for the camera at the beginning where she acts like she just like popped an Adderall. I was shocked. I genuinely was shocked. I was like, it was crazy. So she went over on her Instagram story and she had this to say because there's a TikTok trend going on right now apparently about her voice and how it's annoying and it's just awful. So she said, this whole TikTok trend of making fun of my accent is not my favorite. I mean, I understand it's just playful to people. I just don't think people understand how much it's affected me throughout my life. But I don't know. That's why I hide it in the first place. I'm just being soft, I guess. LOL, happy Saturday. Where does she hide it? Where does she hide it? Because if that is hiding her voice, then holy
I don't know.
Holy shit, poor Cody.
Where is she hiding it though?
I don't get it.
There's no, like, I've seen videos when she worked, I guess, in what she called radio.
Yeah.
Her voice was completely different, but that would call for that. She would, of course, change her voice for that. I feel like I've heard it so many different ways. I don't know if she's lying or not, but at the end of the day, I don't care. I would like to see her change it.
You know what Mikayla should do one day? She should just, like, upload her 2 TikToks like she does, have them normal, be amped up, loud voice, all of that. The third one, she should do it in that radio voice and not even say shit about it. Or actually start her TikTok.
That's what I was gonna
start the TikTok like really loud and like amped up, and then just halfway through it, just switch right over.
That would be hilarious.
To the other voice.
Honest.
People would be fucking shook. And they would be, you know what, Mikayla? This could actually work for you. Maybe people wouldn't talk about the mascara for a while. They'd be like, I knew she was lying about that voice. Oh my God, look how easy she switched out of it. Liar. And then there you go. It's something that's a little bit more simple than lying about a sponsorship.
I just, as a gay man, and I get everything doesn't go back to that, like, I've had to change my voice to be around different people before, so I just don't get the big deal of her doing it.
I don't think that I've ever noticed it with you because I know when I was younger, like younger teenager, I would switch my voice up and make it a little bit more deep, like when I was out in public. I don't, like, hi, can you help me with this, please?
I don't do it anymore because I just don't care. But, you know, I used to work in the phone company, so I had to change my voice. It would be like, I'd be like, hi, thank you for calling in. How can I help you today? My name is Dustin, or something like that. That's totally. Did you hear a difference?
No.
You didn't hear a difference?
I don't think that I heard a difference.
You didn't?
No, like I feel like mine was like really different.
Well, yeah, everybody.
You just have to deepen your voice a little bit. You just have to tense up your throat.
I can't do that, but I can be like, hi, thank you for calling in today. How may I help you?
But another thing that people are talking about in regards to Mikayla, do you remember we went on Paige's live stream that one day and she was talking about Mikayla and she reviewed that small indie brand because the lady's video went viral where she got the swatch all down her arm. It was a gorgeous palette.
I bought that shit immediately. Hey, don't quote me on this. Apparently she uses Vaseline when she does those long swatches to make it do that. I'm excited to try this. Here's the palette. Very pretty colors. The famous shade right here. If I, swatch the famous shade right here, just regular, wow, that's beautiful. But it won't go like the way it does with hers because it doesn't have the Vaseline. Still really pretty and very pigmented.
But Mikayla said that she heard that the lady could possibly be using Vaseline to make it go all the way down her arm.
But that was never talked about.
Well, it caused a lot of backlash for that lady.
You hurted my business, and this is what I keep on have to be doing, so people can see that you are the liar and not me. I didn't use Vaseline. It was that easy to swash. You know you're wrong for that. You know your name.
It actually hurt her business. She's claiming like sales stopped, which I find that so crazy because just looking at that palette, it's a gorgeous palette. And even like the swatch that Mikayla got, which was not as long as the lady that did it in her video, it was still a gorgeous palette.
Don't quote me on this. Apparently she uses Vaseline.
When you have a platform as big as Mikayla does, it is so important that you know the weight your review holds could make or break a small business. And if you're going to put out a negative review, you should double check to make sure that it's not just user error, because I've tried this palette and no Vaseline, no primer, the swatches are legit. It would be amazing if Mikayla could put out a video or just try the palette again, but even if she doesn't, I will tag the creator below. You should go support her small business because her products blend like butter, and I wouldn't promote it if it wasn't legit. And I'm not getting paid to say this, I just really like her products.
I do understand how somebody with such a large platform like Mikayla, if she gets on there and says that it's not performing the way that the owner of the company does, it's gonna hurt the product. But now this is actually working out for the owner of that business. A lot of people are pissed off at Mikayla for that, so they're buying the palette. They're making their own videos over on TikTok. You know how everyone bought that mascara? Everyone's doing that with this palette now. I'm actually I kind of want to pick up a palette, maybe two. I'll do a giveaway with one of them, but I kind of want to see for myself because these videos where people are doing it for themselves, they're all calling Mikayla out, but their swatches are going up the arm and they're saying there's no Vaseline or anything. However, the amount of product that they are swatching onto their arm, it's not just like a do a swatch. Of course not. It's a do a swatch.
Of course, if you're gonna do something that's like that long, you're gonna have to get a lot. If it's spread out that much.
Yeah. So just from seeing like the amount that people are like swatching it around, I feel like the original video that was posted to show that it could go all the way up the arm and the formula was that great and it was that smooth, buttery and creamy, like Jaclyn would say. Then there should have been like a, here's the swatch like that to make it go all the way like that, but then let's do like maybe 2 passes and then do a swatch as well. And I think it would have saved like a lot of trouble. Yeah. Because I think that people were under the impression that it was just kind of like a, you know.
Does anybody else just get grossed out when Jaclyn's like buttery and creamy?
Took 2 years. So as I was saying, I kind of want to buy the palette for myself and just try it out. I don't know how I would do it because I have hair on my arms.
Let
so
me
that might
wax
look a little,
your arms.
No.
Let me wax your arms.
Certainly.
Let me wax your arms.
No. But I'm really happy that this is turning around in favor of the business owner and so many people are buying this palette and seeing for themselves how gorgeous it is because it is.
It's really a pretty palette. I said that when we did the live stream with Paige. We should do a giveaway. If you guys want a giveaway of that, let us know down below.
Yeah. And with all that said, everyone, that is it for this video. We hope that you did enjoy it. Oh wait, I wanted to get everybody's opinion on something before you guys go. Like, let us know down in the comment section. I want to get everybody's opinion on Jeffrey Marsh.
Your parents screwed up. It's okay to say so. That's why I made a Patreon, so that we could talk about it, so that we could connect in a way that has more privacy, so that we could talk to each other in a way that's more open and stuff that we wouldn't share like in the comments of a video like this. I think you're worthy and valuable, and I wanted to spend more connected time with you, healing together, and hearing your deeply inspiring stories.
Now, I'm not going to give my opinion right now, but I just want to know how everybody else is feeling because I have literally fallen down the rabbit hole over on TikTok. I remember Jeffrey Marsh from like over on Vine.
There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, who's Jeffrey Marsh?
We'll see you guys all in our next video. Bye.
Bye.